Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed on this show by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect of those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect of the hosts and of the channel.
We're going to be talking about living with disabilities, and so he's someone who can tell his story, and he's going to tell us his story.
Quickly, within my first year of school, I was part of the Shark squad.
Oh,
so the rugby squad, and then then I was part of the Sharks from 2005. Unfortunately, obviously, that my professional career wasn't long enough. In 2007, July 24th, I was involved in a car accident. Landed me into a wheelchair. You realize that not everyone that you considered your friend is a friend. And a lot of close people that you thought were close people actually disappear.
During the time when you were driving and then leading up to that accident, were you the only one that got injured and become disabled? The other 5 people that you were with, what happened to them?
You took it there. Okay. So they didn't tell me immediately what actually happened to the rest of the guys. Only to find 2 guys passed away. And other guys had some injuries, but I came out with the worst injuries of all.
Hi guys, this is Jabs. Right now you are watching the podcast about nothing, presented to you by Bafana Akahambike Yedwa Uhamba Nogoja Mbali. Subscribe, like and share the link.
In a perfect world, unfortunately we don't live in a perfect world.
Sure.
In a perfect world, but I think you create your own perfect world.
Yeah, you create your own world.
So in a perfect world, kungaguti, what if, okay, uhlukene nomuntu, but there's no bad blood. Yabo?
Yeah.
Qhubeke nempilo mhlawumbe uhlangane nomunye, even nabo mhlawumbe baze bahlangana at some point, whatever. Nje kube mnandi. But okay, we don't. We don't
live in that world.
No, we don't live in that.
Girls.
Sazi ukuthi mase kuhlukene lalele kufana nokuthi siqabene ke manje asisazwani tontoni.
Listen, even if it's just a friend, it makes women uneasy. So imagine if it's someone you've shared something with, it multiplies the situation even more.
So it's a thing of trust.
Yeah, I think it's because women look at us as just like we can't have just friendship with another sex. There's always like something in between.
We're always looking for that gap.
Yeah. It's like me with Umbad. People always come with these comments. I'm sure guys, Nina. I'm sure you've like what tried. I'm sure you've like what. It's guys. You can have like platonic friendship like that and not even think about it and not what tried. I'm like no guys. And everything, no matter even I'm like nothing. I can be slush as I want to be, but you will not now find me falling and tripping and then like, oh, fuck, I'm naked now. Guys, you make that decision. You make that decision on your own because you know what you're doing. Like I always say, people it's alcohol, guys. Even if you're drunk,
you know what you're doing.
There is a decision you're taking, even in your drunken state.
Hundreds.
So you can't now say, I know what
it's alcohol.
Yeah, it's just an easy excuse. Anyway, this is a podcast about nothing,
where we talk about everything and anything.
Hey, don't be triggered by anything.
Hey, we're already triggered.
Anyway, guys, let's get to the topic at hand. As I said, we have CEDRIC today. We're going to be talking about living with disabilities, and so he's someone who can tell this story, and he's going to tell us his story. And I feel like it's quite important for him to like tell us his story, because I feel like there are things that anyway as people have maybe stereotypes or not understanding the people as about who are living with disabilities. Maybe there are things now that they would like us to know, because they're still people, they're still human beings. But I feel like sometimes that things that as able people we are not able to understand, get to know, like as any other person who is different from any other person. You want to be understood, you want to be heard, you want to be seen, but at the same time you want to be seen in a way that it will not offend you or hurt you or make you feel isolated in the society. So he's here today to tell us his story, and I believe it's going to be one hell of an episode. My brother, we've been talking for an hour already. And we're probably going to talk another hour or two. Yeah. I don't know, because the conversation will drive us where we go. More than anything, I just want to thank you for taking time and coming through, and and being willing to come and share your story with us. Because I know it's a unique one, and because everybody has a story to tell, and he's someone who's going to probably be watching and find inspiration and find a way to like look at life differently after this, because there are people who still need motivation, need encouragement, even though they're in a situation and instances where they feel like their life has stopped, they have reached a deadlock. So for you, like, how would you take us back from the beginning, honestly, like, because I believe you were born able to walk and everything like any other person, but your life took a turn and things changed for you. Like, how, like, can you take us back from the start to where you ended up in this chair?
Wow. Okay. So where do I start?
From the start, from the beginning.
From the beginning. In 1985, March 7. It was a Thursday at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
When I took my first breath on this earth.
Wow. Taking us back.
Yeah.
Back into time.
You said from the beginning.
Not literally, Bella.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So, yeah, no, man. I lived 22 years of my life as an able-bodied person, and I would like to think of myself as a phenomenal athlete.
Okay.
So, I'm not trying to blow my own horn here, but
it is what it is.
You made it if you want to.
Exactly.
No one will.
So, grew up, ngazalela in northern KZN. Phesheya koThukela, esigodini sakaMthethwa, that's where inkaba yami ikhona, and that's where my mother is from. So, qala khona ukufunda amabanga aphansi primary school, and then ngamuvela kubazali bami ke behlala ngala eHammersdale. So ngikhulele kagogo ke azohlala eHammersdale. That's where my family is. I'm the eldest of 7 kids. Got 5 sisters, 1 brother.
Wow, okay.
Fortunately enough, uNkulunkulu sasibusisile ukuthi asigcinele abazali bethu. They still around.
Lovely.
And then also primary school, from the Lokshini, went into multiracial school, Cato Rich, George Cato. From there, fell in love with rugby. Started playing rugby there from the age of 11, which I did very well. Tontoni played, represented KZN from under 11 all the way to under 13 in my grade 7 year.
Yeah.
Which got me an opportunity to attend the Maritzburg College in Maritzburg. Through a bursary and so on and so forth. Carried on with my rugby career, also did athletics, basketball, choir.
Oh wow!
Jack of all trades, man.
And I wasn't too much of an academic, so.
Were you head boy?
No. I was deep. No, I wasn't head boy. I was not a deputy. I could have been, but I was just a prefect. Okay. Yeah, but I was choir captain. Choir captain.
Wow.
Choir captain.
I'll show you notes. I'll show you notes.
So
Oh, you were not.
Manje. Nah. Siyapompoza manje ready sindala. Nepe yabo isiyaqala. So quad captain, athletics, represented KZN in athletics at junior level, under 17 and 18. Then rugby, which obviously was the main. Played first team at college and then represented South Africa under 18B that year. And then came to Durban. After matric, joined the Sharks Academy, played Natal under 21 at the time, and then Wildebeest, and then quickly within my first year out of school I was part of the Sharks squad. Super Rugby squad, and then then I was part of the Sharks from 2005. Unfortunately, obviously my professional career wasn't long enough. In 2007, July 24th, I was involved in a car accident which landed me into a wheelchair. Damaged my back, my spine, my lower back, my spinal cord, which then meant half my lower body does not function so well. All right. I'm 22 at this time. All right. So
You're about to pee.
Age,
You understand? Yeah.
Oh, just before that. So joined the Sharks, played in the last season of Super 12, and then represented South Africa under 21 in the World Cup in Argentina 2005, which we won. World champions, under 21 world champions. And then again in 2006, represented under 21s in France, which we were the runner-ups, came second. Yeah, and then fast forward, then my accident happened in the Free State, driving back from Bloemfontein to Welkom. I was on transfer from the Sharks to the Griffins, and on our way back from training against the Cheetahs, that's when we had the accident. I have no recollection of the accident until this day. Yeah.
You were driving or someone else? You were driving.
So on the way there, a friend of mine who was on transfer as well from here drove us to the field to training. On the way back after training, he said to me, no, he's tired. He said, do I mind driving? He's like, okay, sure. So there were 6 of us in the car, a Toyota Condor. I'm like, okay, sure, let's drive. Get in the car, stop at McDonald's, which was obviously the best thing to have for athletes and professional athletes at McDonald's, straight after training.
Yeah.
And then got on the road. As we got on the road, the next thing I knew, I opened my eyes, I'm surrounded by white walls, machines beeping, and I'm like, hey, where am I? You know? Open my eyes, I go. My mother's here, my dad's here, my girlfriend's here. I'm like, hey, guys, what are you guys doing here? I left you guys in Durban yesterday. Alright? They're like, yesterday? Hey, it's Friday today. You left Durban on Monday. And I'm like, huh? Where am I? Hospital, this, that, and that. I'm like, what's going on here? So I arrived in Welkom on the Monday, 23rd of July. The next day in the morning, I met the team in the gym, and word was, okay, we're going to be practicing against the Cheetahs in Bloemfontein in the afternoon that Tuesday. Okay, cool. So we went to Bloemfontein. On our way back, we had the accident the very next day that I'm there. So the accident happened. I'm in hospital. My parents and my girlfriend arrived the Wednesday. I then regained my consciousness on a Friday afternoon, where I'm seeing now all of this. And apparently I was awake this whole time, chatting and whatnot. But I've got no recollection of that.
You were awake, but you were not awake.
Obviously, I was under a lot of medication.
Oh.
So
you were not in a coma.
No.
Okay.
So from the Tuesday to Friday afternoon, I've got no recollection of. Yeah, and so when I'm saying I left you guys in Durban yesterday, I'm still living on Tuesday. Yeah, and that's when they called the doctors to come in, because obviously then I became restless. I was pulling things out and whatever. They called the doctors, they kind of restrained me and so on. And the doctors then obviously then told me what had happened and the outcome of the antibiotics Zobayin. You were in a car accident, you damaged your spinal cord, we did A, B, and C on your spine, so on and so forth. You won't be playing rugby ever again. Joe, like, what do you mean? You fixed my back, Jay. No, we just stabilize it so that obviously, but the damage is caused by the accident is that you'll never play rugby again. You're going to spend possibly the rest of your life in a wheelchair. Now, bear in mind, I never come across or spent or had conversations with umuntu that's been in a wheelchair. I don't know what it is. I don't know how people live.
You've seen it from a distance.
You know, I've seen it from a distance, but it's like, sorry, that's not for me. I'm not that way. But now, obviously, then life changed. So when that happened, when after the doctors told me that, I basically just asked everyone to just give me some time. Just give me a break. Now, this is in a Friday afternoon. So during that time, I'm lying there in bed, and a lot is happening. I'm asking a lot of questions, but I wasn't getting answers.
You're getting more questions than answers.
Exactly. So things are not making sense. I'm like, what's going on? Why this? Why me? I mean, come on. Sure. You know, I mean, possibly the peak of my career, and
just won the World Cup.
Why me? Why me? But then no one was answering me. I'm questioning God. This, why God? How could you allow this? Whatever. I'm not getting answers. But came a time where I was like, if not me, who else?
Yeah.
If not me,
who else?
Who deserves this more?
Yeah.
And then things started to change during that time, where I was like, okay, cool.
How long did you stay in the hospital?
A total of 4 months. Yeah. So during that time, where I've basically asked for just for a break. So I'm not getting visitors or anything. I'm just obviously nurses coming in, sorting me out and whatever and leaving. Came to a point where I was like, you know what? Actually, this is all on me. I need to make this decision. Out of everything that Engis Muzayona trying to get answers from, I had to ask direct questions to myself. And out of all those questions, only 4 questions made sense. Good to say, can you think? Can you talk? Can you laugh? Can you smile? Those 4 questions, I was like,
easily.
Okay, press the button. Call the nurses. Nurse, I'm fine now. Whoever wants to come see me can come see me. Spent 2 weeks in that hospital in Bloemfontein, and then I was transferred to Mhlanga to be closer to home. Where I spent 5 weeks in Mhlanga, and then transferred to Entabeni, just up the road here for rehabilitation, which I spent about 10 weeks.
That really excites you, ne?
No, because he only found out about Entabeni Zolo. He had no idea where it's situated.
I've heard about it, just I've never been in it, you know.
Yeah, so that was that. And then spent about 10 weeks in hospital.
Rehab.
And rehab, and then got discharged. I had to go home because the flat that I was renting I couldn't use anymore, and the owner was selling, so the only place to go was going home. So I spent some time at home and it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same where, you know, I saw what the people do care. My family loved me and they cared for me, but it was just too much for me because I'm not used to that. I'm used to
independence.
Be the one.
Be the one and be there, and now I'm sitting there in a chair, I'm looking sad and sorry, and then one come to July is like, right? Why could you think I? And I'm like, no man, I can't live like this. Then I found my girlfriend who was in Durban, and I was like, Lale, please find me a place to stay. Can't stay here. Are you sure? Don't. I'm like, yeah, no.
I just didn't like people feeling sorry for you. I always keep on checking.
Listen, I love my family.
Yeah.
And they love me. But that was just too much for me.
It added on to the stress.
And also I needed to somewhat try to get independence of some sort.
Okay.
Ukuhlala ekhaya kwangeke uze kungifundise anything.
Sure.
Ukuzenzela myself or figure out.
Yeah.
So I had to leave. I had to leave home and come to Durban, where Nakona I spent a couple of weeks living by myself, trying to figure out how things work. How do I do A, B, and C? How do I make a bed?
Sure.
How do I wash dishes? How, you know? Even at the time, my girlfriend wasn't even living with me. She would come visit. But yeah.
She was part of your life still and able to like look at you. Like, did you like feel like people were starting to treat you differently? Like, obviously, and treating you and talking to you differently, the way that they used to is no longer the same. Did you like maybe find it difficult to adjust to that as well? Like when you were able to now come back to the world, was it difficult for you to now to look at the world because it wasn't literally the same as you were looking from previously when you were still an able person?
You get to learn a lot from the experiences that you go through.
Sure.
Yeah, but so you end up you're able to look at the world in a different angle. You know, because literally I'm here. I can only see here.
Yeah.
You understand? When are you there? Well, you can literally look down on me. Yeah, well, I can't look down on anyone anymore. So I've got to literally look up to everyone. But no man, you realize that not everyone that you considered your friend is a friend. And a lot of close people that you thought were close people actually disappear. You know? Which at the time that it happens, you're like sad and disappointed. You're like, what has this thing done to me? You know? But as life goes on, it's like, actually, when you now look back, these people weren't really my friends. I was actually being used. You understand? For whatever reason, for whatever gain benefited.
Yeah.
I was actually being used. Actually, I prefer not to have them in my life. Actually, I actually didn't need them. You know? So it happened. I mean, at the time, Peter, I thought at the time I thought I had possibly over 20 people that I called friends.
Yeah.
That I really called friends. And now I'm left with 5 people. 5 people that are friends. That I call friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
They hold you down and stuff.
They're more like brothers to me. and they know this. They're more like brothers to me. I'll do anything for them, they'll do anything for me. And 40, they're not, it's not to go to Klambe, they're my friends because they're feeling sorry for me. No. We bounce things off each other. We creating life, just as Amajid. Sure. So we're looking out for each other. Those guys, those people, I can phone up. We're not all in Durban, we're all over the place. But I know if I'm going through something, out of 5 of them, Nangangs on phone in, and I know exactly what they'll be able to help me sort this out. France. Still a friend. I hardly ever seen a bad man come in about something. So it really opened up my eyes. There are certain things as is Muga singers nag.
Yeah.
And then when they come into our lives, whether it happens to you or someone close to you, how do you then handle that? But a lot of people, majority of people look at uklimala komuntu njengami. Look by Buksisa as there's a lot of negative connotations that come with it. But once you start living this life, there's actually a lot of positives than negatives.
Sure.
Yes, there are certain things that I've had to adapt to live with, to learn to live with those things.
Sure.
Because they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to change. But it's how I handle myself and how I live with them to make my life easier. You know? During the early days in Sasasbedlela, one of the questions ubaba angibuza wona wathi ndodana ungitshele nje kahle kahle mawuphuma la esibedlela, what is the first thing ufuna ukuyenza? In a split second ngakwazi umphendula ngamtshela ukuthi first thing I want to do is I want to go drive. I want to drive. And wacishe waqinqika esihlalweni wathi ula manje ngenxa yemoto. Yabo, ula manje ngenxa yemoto but wena ufuna ukubuyela emotweni. Ngoba ngase ngiqonda ukuthi ke for me to overcome this fear of driving or being in a car, I have to be in the car.
Yeah.
I have to be in the car.
Before we go any further, during the time when you were driving and then leading up to the accident, were you the only one that got injured and become disabled? The other 5 people that you were with, what happened to them?
You took it there. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You can move past it if you're not comfortable.
No. I'll answer it. So, like I said, there were 6 of us in the car I was driving. Remember I told you, the guy that drove us there said they were tired. He was tired and asked me to drive. So he was sat in the passenger seat, and then the other 4 were sitting in the back. So when I heard the news, we had been in a car accident, they didn't tell me immediately what actually happened to the rest of the guys. Only to find 2 guys passed away. And other guys had some injuries, but I came out with the worst injuries of all. Out of the survivors. And out of the 2 guys that died is him, the guy that was next to me.
That was tired. And
So it's a difficult one. And Shayman, his family came to see me in hospital, and Bankulula Batindia, out in CEDRIC. It was an accident, it was never your fault.
Yeah.
So I don't believe there are any grudges, whatnot. So, yeah.
Sorry, man.
And what did that do to you mentally, you said? And like, how long did it take for you to actually get your head together and be like, okay, this is my life? Like, I can imagine you should have, like, I'm sure you've gone through a lot, like depression. How did you bring yourself back?
Do you really want to know? You won't believe me when I tell you. Oguti, it took me to accept everything. This is now my life. Took me 48 hours.
No way.
48 hours.
There's no way.
Bro, it will take me forever.
No, there's no way, Sid.
It took me 48 hours to accept. Took me 48 hours. From that Friday when I asked the doctors, asked everyone to leave.
Yeah.
That was my time.
To deal with everything.
I accepted everything in that time where I asked myself those questions, those 4 questions. Cedric, can you think? Can you talk? Can you smile? Can you laugh? That was me accepting. Ugutige. Okay.
It's still life.
Whatever.
Living. Yeah.
I'm here. How do we do this? So obviously with that, there's a lot that I had to learn, which I'm still learning, because I mean, there's things happening every day. I'm still learning today. Can't say that I know I'm a know-it-all when it comes to people living with my situation. You know? I'm still learning. Lucky enough for me, I've come across people that have been in this situation for way longer than I have been. So there's a lot that I am learning from them. Yeah, but obviously it's not all the same. And people in wheelchairs don't have similar injuries. So there's certain things that they might be dealing with and I don't. There are certain things that I deal with that they don't. You know? So it's just a matter of learning and teaching and so yeah. 48 hours.
Wow.
It's something that I would think, for me, even to think about. I don't know how would I come out of it. I can't even put like perspective in my head and like say, I'll probably be able. I'd probably be even not want to leave again, because I feel like if you were able to do something for more than 22 years and then wake up one morning or whatever time and then you get told that you can't do it anymore, that thing must fuck you up mentally like crazy. Like, if you were able to do it for 48 hours, I guess a crazy mentality of like you are able to just like adjust and readjust your mind there and there, I guess.
True. It's I think if I can try and make you understand, or maybe the reasons why, I don't know what the reasons are, why things happened the way that they did, and me accepting this life. But I also think we could get the difference would be now than it was then. Is back then for me, I was a kid. I was living a good life, playing rugby, making good money for myself and so on. But I didn't have any responsibilities. I didn't have izinto where I'm gonna sit back, oh now how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this now? Who's gonna do that? How am I gonna pay my bond? How am I gonna this, that and that? I didn't have any of that. Yeah, bro. The only thing I had was the clothes that I wore, the couch that I had in my flat, and the bed that I slept on. Everything else in that I didn't own. And I had family that loved me. My girlfriend loved me. You know. So there wasn't anything somewhere that I could think of to get ish.
I need to feel this
as I'm pushing her to a corner where I'm not depressed. We think, how is this going to happen? How is this going to happen?
It didn't require any mental intervention, like speaking to psychologists
Therapy.
or like someone who probably maybe assist you mentally, because I think it's a lot to take in all at once. Honestly, being in a wheelchair forever, losing people in an accident.
It's a lot to take in.
It's a lot for someone to actually take in all at once.
Yeah.
Like, were you like maybe assisted in that regard of like getting someone to speak to you, and if so, how did that like change your perspective in your mind? Because I believe people always say sometimes therapy doesn't work, sometimes it works. So I want to know, like, if you did go through it, how did it shape you and stuff?
I went through it, but I didn't know I was going through it. I went through therapy. I was having therapy, but I didn't know I was having therapy until I saw my hospital bill. There's therapy charges to Dr. So and so. I'm like, oh, hold up. So this guy was coming here, giving me therapy, but me not knowing that I was actually going through therapy.
Okay.
You know? So I don't know whether we did go through therapy or this guy came in and so, how would I cheat? So I don't need to be sitting down having a lot of questions. Just go in there, have a conversation, or whatever. So whether that was my therapy or I don't know. But until Mangbona hospital bill, therapy.
Alright.
That ilanga bona khona nakhona uyazi uma usesibhedlela mawubiza unathi ucela toothpick that goes into they charge it. Yeah. I promise you, they charge
everything.
I promise you. Yes. Everything was like.
So when you ring that bell, my nigga, you must know who you are paying.
So don't say this.
Yeah.
I was like, no, man.
Literally.
Toothpick earbuds. I'm thinking, what?
Oh man.
Anyway.
Savages,
It was my first time spending. It was my first time in hospital actually. Never been to hospital
and
before
lost.
that. No. I've been to hospital many a times thereafter.
Okay. For checkups and.
No, for other things that I go through.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I mean, I was there last year. I was in hospital for 3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks. The year before then, I think. And 2 years before then, I was on 3 weeks again. It happens.
how was it for you to accept that, and then the thing that you loved the most, like you were literally also excelling in it, amazing, going all these places, and also you even getting that accident was because of it. How was it for you to accept that and then you will never play again? Like, was it something that you were able to move on and accept?
It was a difficult one. I think that was one of the hardest things to accept. That I now have to be on the sideline and watch the one thing that I loved the most. Yeah, no, I think the like I said, it's possibly one of the hardest things to accept. I now have to sit on the sidelines and support and
build now to
you know,
the sidelines, yeah.
and not being able to actually run around in the grass and be physical with other guys, and you know, yeah. So it was a tough one. I think for some time after my accident, I actually didn't want to watch rugby for a bit. Just, nah. If I did, it was by chance somewhere when I'm sitting in Lini and it comes up. But like, nah, I thought, you know what? Let me try and sort myself out first. Maybe I'll watch at some point. It wasn't long thereafter. I was then watching go to Kings Park, watch your guys play, and so on and so forth. Spend some time in the change room with them, and seeing the coaches, and. So, out of everything, I think it was one of the hardest things to accept. But yeah, now I don't mind being in the sideline watching and screaming like any other supporter. But obviously, when I watch rugby, I look for different things than a regular supporter.
Yeah,
it's like, hey,
should have done this. You more technical.
Sometimes, Sometimes I might be watching my team attacking, but I'm actually focusing on the opposition defense. I'm thinking, okay, how are they defending? What's working for them? What's not working? And.
Was there any form of support that you probably received? Maybe let's just say from the team you were playing in, the rugby fraternity, maybe after the incident, was like any form of like, yo guys, let's go see SAD after this, like, or the life went on, as you say, some people just continue with their life and forgot that we had SAD as a friend, just because now he's in the situation, they no longer care.
Yeah.
Or,
No, I did, and got a lot of support from the Sharks family, which I still consider as my family. Had a lot of support from them. Had a lot of support from individuals that were my teammates at the time, and also from the South African rugby legends. Had a lot of support from them, and yeah, I think that kind of support kind of made life a bit easier as well, where a lot of things were not starting afresh, starting from the beginning, where it was a continuation of things, where things were like, okay, cool, you don't need to now go maybe try find yourself a car, get your car done up and whatever. South African rugby legends, they actually bought me a car after my accident.
Oh, lovely.
oh, that's nice.
Which I was able to drive, and also the support I got from the Quad Para Association of South Africa, teaching me how to drive again, using hand controls. So,
I've always been fascinated by that, like you using hands to.
it's like playing PlayStation.
It's like, oh really?
It's like playing PlayStation.
There's like no pedals, nothing. You just.
They're there. Everything's connected to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I'm driving, it's like playing PlayStation. Remember, the steering wheel cycle nowadays, obviously everything's there. You can answer your phone, your volume is there, control a whole lot of things. Yeah, now when in your car normally. And so now then what they did was they connect, this contraption which connects to your accelerator and your brake. The car is automatic.
Yeah.
So, and comes here next to your steering wheel. So you can accelerate, brake, and turn. Indicators are here.
Very nice.
So your hands are always on the wheel.
Yeah.
So it's like playing PlayStation.
It's fascinating because I've always like, how do they do it? Because I always thought maybe these hand pedals you have to one hand and then I always think maybe it's like that. I've never been in a car like that.
I think it was like that back in the day.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, now I need to brake and then.
Yeah.
But now it's
easy.
It's easy. Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy.
So through your journey, Sid, like, did you not find yourself not worthy of being in a relationship, or did you ever have doubts because I'm not worthy to be to engage with a girl or try to get with somebody? Did that not affect it? Obviously you're married now, clearly it didn't, but like prior, after the accident, did you not find yourself seeing good easy, I think she just as in gag?
So this is so after put it to you this way, I think I was lucky. I mean, I've been talking about my girlfriend when after my accident, my girlfriend was my girlfriend that. I was lucky in a sense, Uguti. She's one in a million. She's 1 in a million, where a lot of people I think would have packed up and left. But she stuck by me. I think more than anything, it was because of love.
Generally,
not because who brought what on the table.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Who's bringing what on the table and how? That kind of a thing. So, no. She stuck with me.
The real one.
We worked together in terms of helping each other, because as much as I needed to understand this thing and learn about it, whatever, she also had to learn and adjust to a lot of things and know that things are not going to be the same anymore.
Yes.
But umuntu enguyena mina, that hasn't changed. What has changed is maybe my physical appearance, and certain abilities may have changed. But I'm still the same person.
Sure.
Okay.
I think that's how she looked at it, and
she's your wife now.
She stuck by me. She's my wife now.
Oh, beautiful.
Married for 13 years.
Wow. Lovely.
13 years,
man.
Oh, it is, right?
Like,
Love
been
it
married
for
for
you.
13 years.
What's her name, if you don't mind me asking?
Leanne.
Leanne. Shout out to you, Leanne.
And
the real one. Truly.
Yeah.
between the two of us, we've got one daughter,
Oh,
child.
lovely. It's beautiful.
She's 10. So,
Okay.
and in terms of looking elsewhere and maybe thinking at the end of the day, also is that our relationship or our marriage is just like any other.
Sure.
Yeah, well, we go through same problems that other other couples go through.
Yeah.
Sure.
Things happen on a daily, and just because now I'm in this situation doesn't mean that my relationship is going to be different. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of making it work. We've been through a lot of issues, but we've kind of worked
it out.
work them out, and building what we have.
Was there a point where maybe after the accident, like that led to you guys finding it difficult to move on with each other? Maybe the adjusting with each other's life. Maybe you feel like maybe I should just leave you, because sometimes people feel that way. Like you don't have to stay. Some type of like situation that make you feel like, hey, this might not work because I'm no longer the same person and everything. Has it ever like maybe like your relationship be like tested in that regard, in terms of like you don't know now this thing is changing your relationship and how it is, or
trying to
like
push her away,
Yeah.
kind of.
Definitely. It's like I'm saying, it's again, just like any other relationship, we go through similar issues and things like that. There were times where it's like we're being tested, where either I may have been doing things to push her away, whether to test her or whether to literally, like, I don't know. Don't know. And also, that you go, you learn from abantu. It's like, see someone in a wheelchair and you're like,
you feel sorry.
something else, bro. Like, you're like,
What do you mean?
I want.
I want to be here.
What do you mean by that?
I
Elaborate,
I
please.
wait. No, we wait. Let's wait.
I wonder. So, you told somebody now as umchita in the situation, you're thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything is in its right place here. But and then
You're nuts.
How does A, B, and C happen? So we call it conversation.
Yes.
I know kanje na married nginomntwana. Okay, how did that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So good like feeling.
Like those words, yeah.
So sometimes now you play along.
Yeah.
You play along, be like, no, kontonton, what, yabo. Umuntu azayikhothinde. Yabo.
Oh, wow.
And then ke bese kuba naleyo nto ukuthi ke mhlawumbe ugcina mhlawumbe usugcila kakhulu kuleyo nto izi affecte le onayo ugcine ugcila kakhulu entweni ongenayo yabo because you want to know nani ukuthi ke okay no fine useyangazi lo kahle kodwa lo mangithi naye mhlawumbe if I go yabona ngi-entertainer lento uzoyireceive kanjani abantu bazoyireceive kanjani if mhlawumbe if ubengekho lo mhlawumbe let's say mhlawumbe bengisingle nani ngabe ngiphila what sort of life nabantu what yabo yabo kodwa ugcina ubona ukuthi awuthi kwesinye isikhathi ukulandela into engekho phezulu ekhona it's not really worth it.
True.
Yabo, it's not really worth it. And
the thing is that you do, sorry to catch this. The thing we do as niggas, you always want to test ourselves if we still got game.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just in our nature. I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues. He's like, "As a bit, I've been with this woman for a long time. As in, I know myself as a share and like I'm like, I joined a dating. I'm like,
dating site.
yeah.
Do you have those in South Africa?
Yes.
I was on Hinge. I'm not sure
Yeah,
about.
he knows. I was about to say.
what?
I was on Hinge like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
It's a dating site where you meet people there.
I know. The what's it called? Tinder.
Yeah.
No, there's that.
Yeah, there's Hinge.
Never
there's
been,
Bumble.
never been.
There's quite a lot. You know. There's even like the one Tinder if you wanna be in an interracial relationship. Before. Every wanna be into
I think that's
all
the
the
one I've
people.
ever tried.
Well, there's quite a few, and I'm just like, okay, if you still wanna test things out, then why you wanna go on a platform like that? And a lot of people say that in a dating sort of filled with married people, and it's so weird.
I mean, I think into esingisavile nje kahle is the fact that angikwazi ukushare. Angikwazi ukushare.
It's a fun dog. Like I can't to just save my life.
Angikwazi ukushare. I mean, it's like abo mina sengathi.
You asked for a number yesterday, Bafana. Shut up.
Why you airing me out, dog? I asked the number because I wanted
I'm
to.
joking. You never like hi guys.
Keep in contact with this place again.
Hey, ngiyadlala phela. Usuba serious maphapha phezulu manje.
Wow.
No, but like mina ngibona ngathi okay. Mina what used to work for me was ukuthi ngubani owenza ini abantu bayangazi bayangithanda so mase ngifika ngithi ngikhuma nombalo useyangazi kanje so ngiyabona ukuthi okay no fine lalela I'm here now don't okay cool you want to do some yabo like and then okay cool then you carry on yabo ukuthi mfethu mithi intombazane ngiyishele ngiqambela amanga this talent leyo nto mfethu iyangihlula angiyazi yenziwa kanjani mina ke bengathi mesike saxoxa nawe yabona safika kwi level ethizeni tontoni kwenzele something nyana mhlambe ezinto ezimnandi yabo mhlambe go out here take you out there sihlale sichilele get to know each other on a level personal level emotional level kanje what yabo give here and there tontoni. That is me showing. I think mhlambe mase kuthiwa ngishele manje that's how I'll do it through showing you through my actions izinto engikwenzela zona ukuthi ke lalela kahle khona kodwa don't ask me
Uzojwayela ukushelwa. Uzojwayela ukushelwa.
Right.
Because there are those guys who just bring themselves as they are, and girls
bring
will
myself to the
literally
table.
fall for them, you know, because of your personality. Uzibona now usushela ungaqondile.
I think it's just conversations that build up to that.
Yes,
You know, I don't
100%, that's what
have the like go out my way and like yo. this girl is hot. Let me go ask her out.
Yes.
You would never.
Yeah.
About the thing that shall we snow last week. But me going out my way when I say a girl approach him like, yo, you're so hot. I wanna talk to and I have you go out for days.
Yeah, same here.
Brand is
Plus nakhona kahle mina yeah ikhona lento phela mhlawumbe umuntu uyazitesta every now and then nabantu kodwa not necessarily looking for something to happen ukuthi ke nalento phela ngaphakathi azomfana ukuthi ke ayibo hey lalela
The game.
yabo
Sa on one.
you don't get a very confident guy. Not look you sound confident as well.
Very.
Like, but I'm sure maybe at one point your confidence was tanking. Like you were not maybe the most confident person. How did you regain the confidence? Because I'm sure, like any other person, I mean, I would not have confidence because my hair is not looking great. About like I don't have a haircut. I don't have that much confidence. But your life changed.
My waves when a boy.
Come on, really? Your life flipped around. I'm sure the confidence is no longer like as it used to. But like, how did you like regain that confidence to a point like, you know what, I'm Cedric that is just sitting right now and who is confident as hell and can like literally hold about himself in a higher standard as he wants to. Like, how did you get to that level?
I think I don't know if I can give you like a specific answer. Kodwa, I think through testing yourselves in certain things together, am I still capable of that? Am I still capable of that? But I think through gaining independence, where I realized I can do a lot of things by myself without needing assistance of another person. I think the first time I was able to drive again, that gave me some confidence.
Yes.
And telling me, oh, okay, I can do this. But then at the time, I was like, I thought I needed to have someone with me all the time. As much as I was driving, yes, but I think the day I was able to get myself in and out of my car by myself, no assistance, and actually go to where I wanted to go without worrying or having someone worried about me. What. I think that's one of the things that kind of gave me confidence, and also knowing there's a lot out there that I can still do. That gives confidence, someone confidence. So I think through from experiencing in different things here and there, you are able to find confidence within yourself. Because for me, I mean, when we were coming here, I had to go up that ramp. I didn't ask for assistance because I know I can do it. I know I can do it. But when I came through, like, do you need to push you? I'm like, I'm fine. Only when I can see then I can ask for help. Getting in and out of my car, I can do that myself easily and quicker actually than when I have someone assisting me. Because I now have to teach them how to do it.
And then that takes longer.
That takes longer. But if I do it myself, within a minute, I'm gone.
Do you find yourself having to maybe assessing or Googling the place you need, if like you want to go out with your wife or whatever? Do you ever find yourself having to Google or to see if it's wheelchair friendly, or you just uzobona phambili?
Do a lot of that when we are maybe planning on going away somewhere.
Holiday.
On holiday.
Okay.
And unfortunately, there's not a lot of places that are wheelchair accessible.
Is it?
So you end up having to settle for something less than what you actually wanted. And Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that, honestly.
No, come
No,
on.
in this day and age, it
Compliance,
shouldn't.
I feel like all buildings should have it.
You remember that we were supposed to book the other place? I was asking them because we were supposed to shoot elsewhere.
Mm.
I was asking, are they wheelchair friendly?
Yeah.
Like, no, we can make a plan. I'm like, what
What's
do you
the
mean? We make a
plan?
Like, you are an establishment.
But I get-
do you need
yeah,
we have
no, it's
people
actually no
utilizing
excuse.
that place.
Yeah.
You should have ways.
Yes.
In fact, build things.
Even if the buildings are old,
Yeah,
you can
like-
still make a way after, you know?
So in a nutshell, you're telling us only people who are able who can access your place. People who can't.
Discrimination.
It's a form of discrimination in a sense.
100%.
Yeah. So a lot of those holiday places, some do have, some don't, and sometimes you kind of like have to make do because you really want to go.
They'll make it work.
But yeah, I think it should. I mean, in this day and age, you shouldn't be struggling to
No,
find
not
places
at all.
or to go to public spaces there.
Yeah.
And you get there, they're not wheelchair accessible. I mean, last night where we were, we're not gonna obviously mention it, but
Yes.
ask me, I've been going there for years,
Kabanga. Yes.
but it's not.
Nothing.
It's not wheelchair.
But like,
friendly.
and the thing is, the weirdest thing is that I think I could literally give them about a pass if like maybe I've been there for like maybe once or twice and they're doing nothing. But if they see it, because I'm
He's
sure
a
you're not the only
regular.
person.
No, he's a regular.
Yeah, regular. Like,
you know
okay.
what I mean? So
I think because as the simple things you can do.
Yeah.
You can. There's those things in my plan that you can put in
yes,
the
it's not
space.
even that deep, Bafana. It's
put
not.
it there and put it away.
Yes.
You're not revamping the whole thing.
Yes.
It's so simple. But people just don't want to do it, I
Naive.
guess.
Oh,
that's
crazy.
that's yeah, it happens.
and then it boils down to having good friends, as it is, who who are always just aware and are always ready to help you. You know. I'm excited. We got our boy.
Yeah, no. I think it that helps a lot. It helps a lot. So having them around, as we're talking, fine. If there's any difficulties here, at the end
Not
of the day,
stranded.
at the end of the day, we want to be here,
Yeah, have
so
a
we're
good
gonna
time.
make it happen. You know? Lift me down the stairs, help me down the stairs, or help me up the stairs, or whatever. But we're here. Yeah.
Because there's even like in workplaces that don't even cater for that. Do you know
Exactly.
that? And then the funny thing is that they promote people who are disabled
Exactly.
to come work, to apply
Yes,
and everything.
yes.
What are you doing to make it
There's
friendly here for those people to come and work there?
Zero.
Yeah, come on. So like, South Africa sometimes disappoints me.
No, sometimes. Oh my gosh. Only thing that's not disappointing right now is rugby.
Well. Yeah, no, they're good. It's been.
I love how everybody's now a rugby fan. Like, it's
Oh
so
yes,
funny.
we are. Don't judge us.
I'm not judging. I like it.
We love rugby.
Why are you being touched? I
We
said
had
I
a
like
passion
it.
from the get-go.
What was the score yesterday?
48.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. Who scored the try?
There was a lot of tries.
Like the first one, like any try actually, not the first one.
It's not that deep, fam. Yibo kanti senzandla. Yibo.
I'm sure people would think that the question is sexist. It's not. It's
Yeah,
better.
you're attacking me.
I'm not.
No. Why you asking me? Why
It's because you're the one who came up first. Like you were like literally like touched first. Like you're the person like touched. Okay, so I'll pose the question to you.
I was laughing. Was it? Yeah, in the week. So there's this thing that's been happening with Kaizer Chiefs fans.
Oh yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs fans have been a vibe.
I've been in a hole for years.
For me, they've been a vibe. They are just a vibe. So I see this video on one of the social media platforms. Umchita fakile nje, you know, Kaizer Chiefs supporters what don't even no makala below the number plate. It's like, what team? Manchester City. Liverpool. Springboks. Yeah, Springboks. What? No, man.
That level of delusion, right, is like need to be studied. It's not like but in imagine we must be protected because we're doing the things. Iran, the economy is improving because the is winning.
The petrol not diesel.
Everything when Chiefs is winning, everything goes well in this country. Well, they lost last night, so what are you gonna say? They literally won 2 games, but you will say they won a World Cup somewhere.
Yeah, it feels like a World Cup because my gosh, remember was for so many years.
But they're entertaining, guys.
Yeah.
They're entertaining. They're entertaining those guys.
Yeah, but it's good for competition because like we've been like watching Sundowns and Pirates dominate literally.
Yeah.
So it's good to have them come back to the party.
Sundowns / Bafana.
Not really, but
I love the
it's Pirates and Sundowns that plays for Bafana.
Chiefs. Now I'm back as a supporter.
Oh well, maybe the two or three players are from Pirates and the rest are from Sundowns.
Okay, yeah, we can say
the
that.
Bafana squad.
Oh, Bafana.
Yeah, like 80% maybe there is like Sundowns players.
Chiefs, they've
been listen on Friday at work. I was like, guys, this is my first time seeing all you guys wearing your Kaizer Chiefs jersey to work. You must have tagged them somewhere because I haven't seen like what's that called? You just like teaching in like 3 seasons ago.
Really?
I don't know. Me and soccer are like.
Is it?
Nah.
Don't like soccer?
I'm nah.
Yo, brother, I'm a big soccer fan. That's like my favorite.
No. And Nakona Ilo, I really what's it? Rare.
I
Really.
Okay, I get you. You rarely
ever do watch, but I'll watch a Man City Man United game and finish it. Yeah. Only because one of my best friends a couple of years ago got irritated with me because he kept on going on about Man United this, Man United that. And I was like against Man United. Any team that played against Man United, I was like, yeah, please, I need to beat them. And
I thought me and you were gonna be friends, but yeah.
No.
There goes our friendship.
And then I was about to know, man, said, stuff this, man. I can't keep doing this. You need to pick a team. Who do you support? I'm like, I don't support anyone. No. Then you can't have a big mouth and say this. I'm like, okay, fine. When you support Man United, okay. I'll support Manchester City as well. Okay? We're both supporting Manchester. You just United. I'm City, and I watched that game. I mean, until obviously now we're now developing and a little bit of soccer love here and there.
I think soccer is a very healthy sport. Even if your team is not winning and losing, Man United, I have a very unhealthy relationship with them. I know they're gonna ruin my Sunday. Had a great weekend.
Oh, today?
Yeah, they're gonna play at 5. I think 5 or 6. I'm not too sure. Around there. I had a great day yesterday. I'm having a great day today, but my weekend is gonna be ruined by 7 or 8 p.m.
Oh, shame.
I have that guarantee that maybe Tottenham Hotspur will come and whack us at home. Because we are shit like that.
There's a high possibility of that happening.
The only team that makes me happy is Orlando Pirates right now, so we're just gonna lean towards them. Hopefully they beat Richards Bay. Yeah, man. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for making time and coming through. And before we let you go, for anyone who's in a position, in a situation, trying to overcome this situation they find themselves in, what would be the possible thing that you would want to tell them that you wish someone told you when you're in that situation?
Wow.
It's a good question, bro.
It's a very loaded question.
It is.
I think for me, what I wish maybe someone had told me would be, or maybe if someone had told me earlier on in life, is first and foremost to have respect. Respecting life first and foremost, respecting others, No, or should I say have more respect? Because I mean,
Yeah.
but in terms of respecting life, respecting others, and so on and so forth, and also was ukuthi impilo is not yours.
Sure.
Impilo yakho iphilayo inomnikazi.
Yes.
Fragile also.
You know, also fragile. Things can happen, and you know. And also in Oveto, I think one of the things that I've learned is, as much as we are possibly talking about what is perceived to be a negative thing, or somebody you are talking about things that happen to people that may be perceived as negative things, or things that put you in a dark place. One of the things that I learned on one of my best quotes, looking on the bright side does not blind you to the problems you are faced with, but helps you to see them in a positive light. So anything that brings darkness to your life, as much as it comes covered in a lot of negativity, if you actually look deeper into it, there's a lot of positives and actually negatives. I think if I look at my life before and look at my life now, the only difference I could possibly say from then to now is, yes, I had money back then, I had more money than I have now. I was earning more money. But now, comparing then and now, I've become a better person. I'm living a better life.
A meaningful life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I could have chosen the easy way out. To say, okay, no, fine, I'm gonna sit in a corner, they look sad and have,
Hey, feel sorry for yourself. And then
and
what?
wait for handouts.
Yeah.
I've always had some goals in my life growing up. Was before my accident, I wanted to get married at 24.
Really?
24, I wanted to get married.
Like a friend.
By
that
30, I wanted to have everything. I wanted to have my own house, have a family, married, and my own kids, family, house, and by 30 years old, I wanted all of that. But when I had my accident at 22, when I looked at my goals and my life, I was like, okay, it's still possible, but not maybe at the time that I wanted. So I just had to push it back a bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't get married at 24, I got married at 26.
Still worked out at the end of the day.
But by 30, I had my house, I had my wife, I had a house, I had a family. By 30. You understand? So, as much as life happens, our goals shouldn't change.
Yeah.
Maybe the time, adjusting the time, adjust the time so that you can still achieve it, but as long as we don't change our goals because of what has happened to us and lose them. I'm here today because I was able to stay with the goals that I initially had. Now, after 30, I was like, okay, cool. Where to now?
Yeah.
Okay, how do we now? What are we gonna do next? So there's obviously there's always something happening. Okay, cool. Now let's go this way. Let's go this way. This is what we want. What? We work towards that.
Sure. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I always say, never assign age or time to your dreams, because life doesn't always work out the way we do. You can plan, but God decides.
Yeah, God decides.
You know, like we can want, okay. But having vision, having a goal, having a dream is good. Like, it's always good, but bro, assigning time can frustrate you, bro.
It's frustrating.
It is, but I always say, have a dream, work towards your dream. The timeline might not maybe aligning with what you want it to be, but at the same time, you must never stop.
What's the difference between a dream and a goal?
I think a dream is something that you want, like a vision in your head. I'm like, I want a big house. What? A goal is something that you see.
Working towards it.
I can work towards this and achieve. Like, I want to have a car by 25. That's a goal for me. A dream, I want to have a big family. It's a dream. It's something that you still don't know when it's going to happen, but you want it to happen.
You want a car by 25, but that's still a dream.
It's still a dream, but it's like a dream.
You're going to work towards it.
When does it become a goal?
Once you achieved it.
It's score, you know.
No, Iman, guys. But remember, every goal starts with a dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every goal starts with a dream. We all dream. We're all dreamers.
Sure.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now, when you maybe like want that big house and a family, when you see now it's possible, maybe in 5 years, that now it's something that you are already working towards. When I'm 15, I say I want a wife by 30. It's still a dream because I have no means necessary to make that dream a reality.
So, in simple terms, we're saying a goal is a dream.
Derives from a dream, but a dream becomes a goal because there is now
Steps.
a plan.
Yes.
There's a plan. There's a timeline. There's a specific plan.
Yes.
To say there's a specific goal. You've got a time by when. You've got the how on how you're going to do that.
Yes.
So that's when a dream becomes a goal.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if there's none of these things, then it's still a dream.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So a dream says, "Oh, I want this. I would like this," and then you sit back and you do nothing about it, but it's still here. Okay, cool, no problem. Just as a dream, it never happened.
Yeah, man.
But a goal says, this is what I want by this time.
Yeah.
And for me to get there, this is what needs to happen. You have a specific plan, the objectives that you need to set yourself, specific objectives, the times and the hows and whatnot to get there. But also knowing what's in between. A lot can still happen and
100%.
change, which means you need to then adjust.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Anyway, my brother, thank you so much for taking time.
Danko.
Bro, me and we
been
could
good.
talk for the whole day.
It's spoken for 4 hours, guys.
Yeah, like it's been like that long.
You serious?
Yes. 3 or 4?
3.
3.
Wow. We've been talking. But anyway, guys,
it's been
great. It doesn't feel like that's the thing.
I didn't know. I had so many words in
Yes, you did.
It's not even. It's probably now 12. You probably have like shit over 1,000 words.
Wow. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. My word count is done for the day.
You done? No,
then I'll be quiet.
I don't need to say nothing.
You go home and cuddle your wife.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Anything.
I appreciate you making time and coming. And I mean, your story is amazing. And I wish many people find the confidence and ability to overcome certain things that probably meant to stop them, you know, and they keep on pushing and moving and going because life doesn't end when it's a setback. It's actually set you back to be able to come back and do better and actually achieve more and more things that you want to achieve. Because even though you said you wanted to have dreams, you still had dreams because of the accident. It didn't stop you from achieving them. So it's possible. Go out there. I hate being a motivator because I hate motivators, but there's something that you need sometimes to hear. Because sometimes you don't believe it because you don't know who has achieved this, who has had this happen to them, and then they still go out and achieve their things. But this is a unique story, and which will inspire a lot of people, I truly believe, because not everybody can believe about. Some people need stories like yours to start believing again and start living again, because all of us exist, but they don't live because we are living in our captive mind, where like we feel like we're prisoners, even though we just roaming around because you don't know how to do things. So more than anything, I want to appreciate you and thank you for coming through. And yeah, man, Bounce, got anything to say?
Yeah, and I feel like God provides. Like, upuka one thing, and you know, He restores somewhere somehow. You know, so you know.
This was another beautiful, great episode of podcast about nothing. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh.